What's going on? Welcome back to another reaction video. And today we are checking out a video that was recommended to me by my fiance, who also has been kind of giving me some of these ideas. Most of them are my own. By the way, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything you personally would like to see. This video we're fixing to react to is another one of these scariest videos on the internet, and it's titled "Try to get to the last level without getting scared." This video is uploaded by the Top Man 2.0. Not adding him or anything. Just letting you guys know this isn't my content that I'm reacting to. So, yeah, a lot of people, including, my fiance recommended it, and a couple other people did as well. And so we're fixing to check that out. And if there's ads, I apologize, but fucking what can you do, right? All right, so let's get into it.
Today, you have a big challenge waiting for you. In this video, we are going to show you a series of spooky videos that will go from the least scary, and as you progress, videos will become much more scary. Do you think you can get to the last video without getting scared? We warn you that the last video was chosen for being so terrifying that 100% of the people who see it get scared. Who is the brave one who dares to start?
I doubt it, brother.
Level 1. Let's start with something soft. In this first video, something very strange and difficult to explain happens. Nobody has been able to explain it until now. It takes place in Brazil, under a controlled environment, with night vision cameras and bait. The objective of this video is to record the behavior of a fox in its natural habitat. What for many was simple animal research quickly became a supernatural event. In the video, you see a fox that started to eat the food put out by this group of people. Its behavior was strange, as if it felt that something was wrong. Out of nowhere, an enormous black shadow appeared, tall and corpulent, moving at maximum speed and lunging at the fox. The latter appears without a trace. It seems that this gigantic figure has kidnapped the animal without emitting any.
Okay, so at first glance, it looks like a gorilla, right?
It seems that this gigantic
But
figure has kidnapped the animal without emitting any sound.
it's not ever stopping either. So that's fucking weird. Cause the size of it,
Gigantic figure has kidnapped the animal.
cause the size of it resembles a gorilla, right? But it's constantly moving. Like watch. Boom. There's no stopping. There's nothing. It's straight up just. That's fucking weird. Not scary, but it's definitely interesting.
Level 2. Did you reach this level? We think level 1 didn't challenge you, did it? But we're going to increase the intensity. In this video, we see Lori Simmons, who was talking through a video call with her friend Shanna Thomas. Lori claimed to be completely alone at home, but as she moves through it, behind her, you can see a child playing, trying to get out on camera. Let's watch the video.
Salvation Army first and see what I can find, you know. But I definitely need
Okay. These videos, to me, they're not that scary because, obviously that's got to be a fucking kid. It's got to be a hoax. It's really probably not even nothing that intense, but I mean, there's nothing more to say about that. There's a fucking kid right there. Right here. You guys can't see it. See if I can take it back a little bit. Okay. You guys can't see it. Just give me a second. Right there. I don't know, because as much light as it's kind of hard for me to decide, because like the light would make a shadow on his up, like his front half of his body, but like I don't know. I think that's a fucking hoax, honestly. I don't think it's all that scary. If this keeps going the way it's going, it's probably not ever going to get scary.
Level 3. Now, things will get a little uglier. The following video was taken in Japan, where you see a group of young people in a kind of sleepover. Apparently, the girls were bored, so they decided to take a picture with a tablet. Here's the video.
Oh!
One places the device.
Alright. So, for those of you who didn't see it right off the bat, the girl is there, right? You can kind of see where it blurred her face out, which would be right here, a little bit to the right. But then they catch this.
In front of her partner, and when she focuses, she notices that behind, a spooky, diabolic figure appears. She had long hair, very badly treated, a look of horror.
It kind of looks like it's already standing.
Let go of the tablet in terror. Clearly, there was absolutely.
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own story.
Nothing.
Anyway, that I don't know that. So there's so many filters out, and I don't know.
Badly treated, a look of figure.
Okay, so like there's so many filters that are out now for like Snapchat and shit like that. That could literally be a filter, honestly. Like I don't see. Like it doesn't even give me goosebumps or anything. It's like whoa, because like where the fuck did that come from? But like it's honestly not even that fucking scary. It's probably honestly. Oh, what the fuck? I restarted the whole damn video. Where were we at? But anyway, sorry about restarting the video. Yeah, that could have been a fucking filter, dude. Like, as many filters as there are now on Snapchat and TikTok and shit. Not obviously, that wasn't TikTok, and you can't really. I couldn't tell if there was an app. All I could see was she had it kind of like the bottom half blocked. But that could have been an app in itself to make that lens pop up. I have actually seen this video, and this is probably the only like realistic one that I've ever really. This is one of the few realistic ones I've ever seen. But where he made the mistake is I get it, he's like working on houses and stuff, and I don't know what time and place this was taken, but like in today's world, if you're allowed to concealed carry or if you have a concealed carry weapon, that would be the smartest thing to have. I mean, especially going into even if they're houses that you've never been in. You need to fix your ear. But even in houses like you've never been in, even if you're remodeling them or anything like that, I would always have a pistol on me.
Hello? I know I hear you down here. I know I heard you. Holy fuck! Oh my... Dude! I just saw... Holy shit, man. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Okay. So we'll go back real quick to right here. Oh, back a little bit. Alright, so right here, there's a guy there's a spirit, demon, entity that pops out. Now, I could somewhat believe it due to his reaction, but I want you to look at something else and keep this in mind while you're watching these videos if you decide to look into these. Look at all of the shit. Let me take out the audio real quick. All of the shit that is in that fucking room. And he jumped, right? So if this was a hoax, he jumped, moved the camera back, and then ran down the stairs. And contrary to popular belief, that took like, what, 3 to 5 seconds? If you ever go, like 3 to 5 seconds is actually relatively a long time. For those of you who are in the military, you know what I'm talking about, especially on the range, right? And I know this is off topic, but this is the only thing I can really bring into this to help it make sense. But if you're on the range and you have pop-up targets, and a pop-up target is, they like pop up all the targets for 5 seconds. It feels like those 5 seconds are like 5 minutes, right? Even if you've done this 100 times, 100,000 times, it still feels the same. It still feels like 5 fucking minutes, not 5 seconds. But he had 3 to 5 seconds, which is plenty of time to grab something and cover himself up. And the fact that he ran down there immediately with no weapon or anything to defend himself, that in itself just kind of tells you right there that's probably not fucking real.
Little by little, the videos begin to become more frightening, so the next one deserves more strength and courage. Everything happens in a transportation system in Mexico, where very strange noises were heard. Screams, cries, everything indicated that it was a trapped person. They quickly went down to see what was happening, with cameras, flashlights, and equipment to rescue the person. What they didn't know was that they were going to run into a strange paranormal phenomenon that would make anyone run. When they arrived at the site, it was a basement of this institution. They began very cautiously to ask if anyone was there. For a few minutes, nothing happened. There were no answers and no manifestation of human lives. However, the camera kept rolling, capturing a very shocking, ghostly event. Let's see, and tell me what you think.
Okay, so this is in a foreign country because, you can obviously tell from the language. And most of your foreign videos, like most of them that I've ever watched, they're not fake. And I don't understand how, and I don't know, I haven't really looked into that, but like most of them, they don't look like they've been messed with or tampered with. And again, I don't know where this takes place. They said a transportation system. That could mean a lot of things. That could mean a loading dock. That could be all kinds of stuff. Because loading docks, in my opinion, count as transportation because you're loading stuff in and out. They're backing in. You're loading it. You're pulling it out. It's transporting stuff. Could be a subway station. Could be a train station. Could be a bus stop. Now you can kind of see some movement here. Sorry about the ads. Okay, so obviously they edited the breathing, right? And you can tell because you have the primary audio, which sounds nothing like the breathing. So listen real quick. Just silence and then listen to this. So the screaming, the fact that if he had heard actual breathing, he would not be talking in his normal voice. If he saw this, he would not be talking in his normal voice. He would be freaked out. Because even myself, if I had seen this, even through a camera, and there was nothing there, I would be freaked the fuck out. But he sounds the same as he did in the beginning of the video. Yeah, he's telling Sanchez or whoever to come on, but like, And the fact that he preset a camera there, and yeah, they may have heard screaming and stuff like that, and he may be watching it from a different location, which is probably why he's not panicked as much. But even if you're in a separate location, like if I had set a camera in the garage, right? Remember I told you guys in the previous video there was markings where somebody spray painted some weird shit on the ceiling, right? Like if I had set up a camera in the garage and I was watching it from, let's say, in here, and we were doing a live stream, I would be freaked out because I'm in the vicinity of the fucking garage, right? So, like, I don't know. It's honestly weird. I can't really determine if that's real or fake. In my opinion, I'm on the fence with it. It could be real. It could be fake. Because again, this is a foreign country. Quit whining. You are fine. You got a toy. Play with it. Do you want down? Here. Do you want to be on the couch instead? But yeah, I'm on the fence with it. I'm really not. I don't really believe that that's real. Because, I mean, there's a lot of movement on the outside of the figure as it's coming in. You can kind of see movement. And because it's so blurred, it's blurred. It being blurred, it kind of makes it harder to deter if it's real or not if the film is blurred. And usually a standalone camera, I don't know when this was taken, but usually it's pretty high quality video. And this could have been blurred on purpose, but I don't think it's real.
Level 6. If you got here and you are not scared yet, congratulations. We are in the third to last video. This was recorded in a morgue, where some young people enter one of the most terrifying corridors of this site. A place where they take the corpses that are examined and prepared for their wake. The stage is dark. A light flashes, making the environment hostile and frightening.
This looks like a scene off of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. If you've ever watched the movie, you know what I'm talking about, where he's in this hospital or to get records, and there's a light flashing, and all of a sudden it turns red, and then there's that big fat creature that comes through. Okay, so
Looking for an intense combat game? I've been playing World of Tanks for years now, and I still can't.
okay. So this one is honestly, I honestly think this is real, but I don't think it's all that scary personally. Because, like, take it back a little bit. The lights flickering is what got me, right? So I can see the lights, somebody just sitting there flickering them off and on really, really fast. I can see that being a possibility. The only thing I'm not completely wrapping my head around is the door slamming. Because if it had been, it could have been a fishing line, honestly. Because, like, you see the lights go out for a second before they cut back on, and that's literally enough time to break a fishing line. Fishing line's not hard to break if you have it on a sharp edge, which would be wrapped around something in there, and you just snatch it off really hard. And if you're at the right angle, you can prevent it from slamming, shit like that. And then the lights, it looks like somebody's just doing this number right here. Just off and on, off and on, off and on, really fucking fast. I think what really see the lights going out, that really honestly is what has me thinking that it's not real. It's not scary. Because all, like I said before, all this stuff can literally be staged. It could all be fake, and it could be real. But I honestly don't think this is fucking real because the lights go out for a solid like 3 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds, maybe a little bit shorter time. Do they go out for just a few seconds, and then it just stops? But like, I don't know. So they go out for quite a few seconds, and most people, okay. Now, even ghost hunters and people who do this for a living, they get freaked out in an area where they get left in the dark, right? These dudes aren't saying anything, which obviously these guys may just have balls of steel. Not likely, though, because they're supposedly in a morgue. And if they work there, they know that this isn't something that normally happens if they work there. So they would be freaked out. The lights cutting out. I really don't think that. I don't think this is real. And again, not all that scary. Now, you can't see this door right here in early on in the video, right? No, there's vents in the door right there. But that door could have been creeped open a little bit, just enough to slam it, and somebody could have been outside of the camera angle and been flickering the lights, and the other one could be in that door slamming it. I mean, there's a lot of things go into it. Now, creepy, don't get me wrong, but it's not scary. It's not enough to make me want to stay awake tonight.
Level 7. Nothing terrifies more than a video captured in real life. And in this level 7, we will see the video in which an imaginary friend is shown.
All of these are supposed to be taken in real life.
Feel alone. They seek the accompaniment of a creation of their mind, with which they play and create a special bond. The story is in Japan, where parents record their daughter eating food for the first time. In the process, they talk to the girl and ask her if she likes what she eats. She nods respectfully. Quickly, everything changes when the girl makes a long-distance greeting and points out to her parents that there is a gentleman behind them. When you focus with the camera, you don't notice anyone. However, the little girl informs that, yes, there is someone behind them.
So these videos, right, the ones that you see with infants, I don't personally believe an infant at all when it comes to them saying, oh, there's something over here, there's something over there. Especially whenever they're sitting there and they're still young. They have a pretty wild imagination. So like, honest, like, I don't know.
When they turn around, they can see a clear image of an older man who comes within a few centimeters of the mother. This surprises the mother, who jumps chillingly from such direct contact with the spectrum. Last.
That's a pretty good jump scare. But I don't think it's fucking real.
When they turn around, they can see a clear image of an older man who comes within a few centimeters of the mother. This surprises the mother, who jumps chillingly from such direct contact with the spectrum. Last level.
Now, this is level 8. A lot of people don't make it this far from what I've been told from Jessica, who watched it herself. Things like that. A lot of people, she said that she stopped at 7. I mean, I don't see why. It's definitely a shocker, but it's not.
Get ready, because this last video is the strongest and most creepy of this compilation. And in this last level, if you're not scared, you're from another world and won the challenge of this video. Here we see a stage where the knight is the protagonist. You see a room door very serene, quiet, and calm, until little by little, it becomes more disturbing. Better not continue. Here you have the video. A word of advice: be careful when watching it.
It's probably going to be another jump scare.
Paranormal stories.
Okay. I'm not going to lie, that jump scare did get me. But when you look at the face, it's pretty fucking... Okay. Okay. That one got me. It's not... So the environment, yeah, it's not scary. It's... Okay. I'll admit, that one got me. But at first, you're like, okay. And I don't even know how to approach this one, because, like, it's good, don't get me wrong. Especially when you're not expecting it. That's pretty good. Is it enough to keep me up at night? No, not at all. Not at all. But the jump scare was pretty good. That was actually pretty good. But it's not real. It's not paranormal. It was really just to get a jump scare out of it. All of the other videos, you can kind of tell that some of them could be real, some of them could be fake, but this one's obviously fake because there's no fucking record of any demonic spirit ever doing that. Good jump scare though. I will give it to him. Very, very good jump scare, but like I'll forget about all this happening in like 5 minutes. It's not even that bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah. I can't really say that this one won, but I can, because don't get me wrong, the jump scare got me, but I mean, it definitely like took me back a minute, but I'm not like I'm not fucking scared at all. Like, I don't know if the purpose of the video, I guess the purpose of the video was to see if it would scare you to where you don't want to fucking watch it anymore. But we done watched the entire thing. I mean, all 8 levels. So there's really no point in continuing. There's a little bit of time left. I guess we could see what goes on, but let's actually do that. Let's see if there's anything else on the video.
paranormal stories and spooky videos exist by the piles on the net. This is just a small sample of how much there is. You would be surprised to know that there are even stories of real monsters on the planet. Here you have
Okay, so he's just going on about what else is on the internet and stuff, but yeah, that was a good jump scare. It definitely threw me for a loop. But we'll go ahead and we'll have a little story time at the end of this to kind of go off of jump scares and stuff. So there's one instance where I can remember seeing shit that actually freaked me the fuck out, but it wasn't enough to keep me up at night. So we were in basic training, and for those of you who've ever went or have went through basic training, you remember your FTX, your field training exercise in basic training if you're in the infantry. I'm not sure about other MOSs, but I know in a combat MOS, right, you go out to this site, you dig foxholes, defensive positions, and that's where you live for a few days. It may be, I think if I remember correctly, it's like a week or something like that. I don't remember. But at the end of it, you go all the way up to you go all the way to where you get your fucking, what's it called? It's like jungle juice or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. It's been so long since I've been in basic training. But like you remember, if you've been in the infantry, marching all the way up to actually becoming an infantryman and all that good stuff, and this is where they tell the parents to put a blue light in their fucking fixtures outside to signal your soldiers going home. That's like a thing that the parents do for soldiers or whatever while they're in basic training on their last training exercise. But anyway, during this event, before going and getting your cross rifles and drinking the fucking juice and shit and all that good stuff, you're sitting in a foxhole and you're pulling security, 50% security all night, every night that you're out there, right? So we're sitting there, right? Me and my buddy Hondo. Hondo is like the shortest dude in my platoon. I don't know his exact height, but I know that he is literally a little bit shorter than my nipples. I'm 6'1". He's literally borderline midget. Like, he's fucking short. And so we dig our foxhole, and we have to build our foxhole wide enough for both of us to sit in, of course. But I had to lower my level a little bit deeper than his so he could stand up on it. And of course I had to have it overlapping over to my side a little bit so we had something to stand on, lean into the fucking 240 Bravo that we were carrying, because I was a 240 gunner in basic training. I actually asked to be a 240 gunner because I think that thing's fucking awesome. But we're sitting there, we're pulling security, and I'm up, he's asleep, and whatever. So I'm pulling security, and I'm looking through my nods, and before we had went into the field training exercise, we actually had one of our dudes in the platoon and two other dudes in the other platoons, because there's 4 platoons. There's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th platoon in a company in basic training. 3 dudes total. So 3 out of the 4 platoons were talking about how they had a relative, whether it had been way back in the day or in today's world or in present time. They were like, well, on the final field training exercise, they somehow notice, hey, there's these little fucking things. Apparently there's like these shadow people that run through the fucking woods at night. And me, I don't fucking believe in it. I think it's fucking bullshit at the time, because everybody who goes through basic training thinks they're fucking hard ass because they're in the army. They're getting basic training army. Ooh. I was more nullified, I say nullified, kind of numb, if you will, because you don't know what to expect, so you just kind of neutralize your brain, learn, and take who you are as a person and kind of stow it away and focus, right, on what you've got coming. And this is before they took away the shark attack and started giving phones more often and shit like that. I went in basic training in 2019 of March. I think it's 2019, 2018, 2019, something like that. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. Um, back a little bit more. But yeah, we didn't get our phones like they do now. When I was in, we had a bunch of old head drill sergeants, right? I think we had one new dude that was just a dickhead, complete dickhead. But whenever he was not being a drill sergeant and we were not at training events, and towards the end of our cycle when we were finishing up, he turned out to be really fucking cool. He was just asserting dominance. And then we began to realize that's what drill sergeants do. They assert dominance. They try to weed it out. This is when we were kind of figuring out how the system works in basic training. So we're doing our basic training shit. And I think this was right before we were supposed to get our phones. I think we got our phones like maybe you could count on one hand how many times we got it. We got it for doing the best. If each platoon, if they did better than the other platoons, they were number one, they got like 30 minutes. Talk to their parents, whatever it might be. But it wasn't enough to make TikToks. It was very short duration, and at the time TikTok wasn't a big thing. I used my phone mostly just to call my parents if I fucking used it. Sometimes I just didn't want to use it because I was tired. But we would get our phones if we did super great. And in this particular exercise, this was like towards right before either the day of graduation or the week, however it went, because this was a 22-week cycle. But like, imagine having like old head drill sergeants for 22 fucking weeks. It was really, really honestly, it's kind of how it went. But we were doing our field training exercise, and Hondo was pulling guard right after me. Or something like that. Anyway, at the time, I was on guard. Hondo was supposed to be next, either the next foxhole over. I can't remember exactly. But I want to say it was me, the next dude in the foxhole, and then after it went around, then the second dude, Hondo, would get woke up. Well, I got woke up, and in the process of waking me up, Hondo got woke up. And Hondo was like, or maybe we were both supposed to wake up. Either way, we're sitting there, and Hondo's like, yo, do you fucking see that? And like, at first, I didn't see it. And I was like, no, what are you talking about? He was like, it looks like there's a drill sergeant out there. And the drill sergeant was out there. He was low crawling. I fucking saw him. And like one of our drill sergeant's most infamous like terms was like, alright. And like instead of alright, he's like, alright. And like fucking dude was low crawling, and he literally was pushing up, and I saw the silhouette of his head and lit his ass up with the 240 with blanks, of course. And so he goes up, he goes, alright, y'all go ahead and y'all did good. And then he would go to sleep. And we would go to sleep. Or we wouldn't go to sleep. We'd finish our guard shift and go back to sleep. And but before that happened, me, another dude, Hondo, and I want to say it was like Hinojosa or something like that. Some dude down the line, we all got up out of the foxhole because we kept seeing shit dart between the fucking trees. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on? There's not this many drill sergeants. And like, it could have been lack of sleep because we hadn't slept a lot, and this is our first time experiencing lack of sleep. But like, it's pretty interesting what lack of sleep will do to you. And I think this is one of the instances where it actually happened, where lack of sleep, you start having hallucinations and shit like that. Now, of course, this was the first time, so it doesn't take as much. But either way, that was the only time I've ever really been freaked out by seeing shit that I thought I saw. And I still went to fucking sleep at the end of the day. It's like not even really that fucking crazy. But if you believe in this stuff, this probably scared the shit out of you. I personally am on the fence about it. If it happens to me in real life, I believe it. I'm like, okay, yep, this fucking happened. So, again, when you're dealing with, if you have a ghost in your fucking house, don't piss it off. Don't use a Ouija board. And don't fucking, don't go anywhere without a weapon if you live in a neighborhood. Only if you're allowed to carry, and you're of age. But, yeah. That jump scare did get me, but it's really not even, it's not that crazy. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Till then, Blake for Days, out.